this pleasant state of focusing your awareness, and this deeply pleasant state of harnessing your own internal control really is up to you. So whilst you are relaxing and beginning to let yourself unwind even more, every suggestion and every word I am saying to you right now is really a reminder to your own mind, and a reminder to those deeper parts inside of yourself which always know exactly how to do what is the very best for you. So I would simply suggest that you start with your eyes open as you bring this thought to your mind: I can successfully go into hypnosis, or I can successfully go into hypnosis just as soon as I choose. Because if you really do focus in your attention and harness your awareness to those quieter moments that live always inside of you, and you may start to feel your eyes blinking. And notice all of those small sensations of your eyelids growing just slightly heavier with each and every blink. And isn't it wonderful to know that you have this much power to direct your attention to all of those smaller muscles around your eyes, just noticing and witnessing what it is like for your eyes to grow heavier under the power of your own suggestion. Feel those heavier eyes growing more and more tired, more and more lazy and relaxed. As each and every blink, your eyes would be much more comfortable closing down, just as soon as they will. And in your own time, just let out a longer breath. As you allow all of the air that your body naturally releases, just let that all out as you breathe out and relax. And so easily and naturally, you will of course breathe in all of that oxygen and breathe out and relax. And as you do relax, observe your own breathing. Just become aware of your chest rising and falling. And your lower stomach rising and falling. As we can always remember the deeper cycle of breathing, as that diaphragm expands and contracts, the stomach will naturally rise and fall. And one of the most powerful tools for alleviating any sensations of anxiety is really as simple as breathing just a little slower, and especially just a little deeper. very powerful way to help us reduce our tension or our stress is to go ahead and give ourselves this suggestion. With each and every breath I take, I go deeper. And if you've listened to my voice before, then you know this really is the way down into a very powerful and very pleasant state of hypnotic relaxation. Going deeper and deeper down. As each and every breath you release takes you 10 times deeper. And if you like, you can compound the state of developing relaxation by becoming aware of your physical sensations. Perhaps feeling your skin pressing against your bed or the chair you are sitting in. Whatever surface you are comfortably resting on, you know that you are deliberately allowing yourself to become even more comfortable. Even more comfortable. And if that means you have to stretch or wiggle some part about, or move your hands or your feet, then just go ahead and do that now, calmly and easily. Because there really is no requirement to stay perfectly still within relaxing hypnosis. After all, even as we do naturally sleep, our body really is still in gentle motion. Sometimes we turn this way or that, moving to our left side or rolling over to our right side. And yet, isn't it amazing how we can just remain soundly asleep, deeply relaxed, as our body's natural processes go about healing us and refreshing us, and always replenishing us through our nightly slumber. So I would always encourage you to just let yourself stretch and then find that beautiful relaxation that comes after you stretch. Or if you want to, curl up your toes into a ball and then feel that amazing relief and that release as you just let go. Those muscles unwind and relax. Or you can scrunch your fingers up into a fist and hold that tension just for a second or two, and then let go of those fingers as you feel your forearms just release and relax. And at the same time, give yourself the suggestion to allow that sense of relaxation to spread further throughout your entire body. Relaxing and calmly breathing, and always going deeper down into your self-hypnosis state. And now I'd like to give your deeper mind a powerful message to help you calm yourself when faced with anxiety. For a calm and gentle visual imagination exercise. And you can start by just imagining the word anxiety as if you were writing that word on a blackboard or a whiteboard, safe and secure. As you see those letters before you, and you can spell that word out as you make those marks with a pen or a piece of chalk, that word anxiety. And isn't it funny how powerful words can be, as we sometimes assign these labels to ourselves. And sometimes we tell ourselves that we are in these states. We start to become concerned even before we know that we're consciously in these states. What will it be like to experience that state of anxiety? Or we tell ourselves, I'm someone who suffers from anxiety. And even though perhaps they shouldn't, sometimes these words themselves can hold a power over us. And yet, isn't it interesting to think that if we can create this state, if our minds and our bodies can create these states, then surely our minds and our bodies also hold the keys to creating very different states, or to unwinding those states. Or to reversing those states. Is it possible for anxiety to move backwards? You might ask. And then what would that be? How would that appear for anxiety to move backwards? And as those deeper parts of your unconscious mind begin to process this idea, I'd like you now to imagine taking an eraser or a duster or a cloth and just erasing that word you have drawn on that blackboard or that whiteboard, erasing those letters one after the other, knowing you are safe and secure. Deleting that A and just making that N completely disappear. Erasing that X. And really let yourself see each following letter as you take this time to erase the next letter in that word, giving your unconscious that powerful signal and this powerful message to know that if you choose it, so will it be. If you choose it, you really can relax. You really can find just a little further distance outside of those old states. Just a little more pleasant calmness and control outside of those old ways of being and behaving. And maybe this hasn't entirely erased your anxiety just yet. But that's perfectly fine to know. Because your unconscious is such an amazing part of you that even just by doing this and making this time to practice this very simple imaginary visualization, already these seeds of change are planting so deeply within you. And maybe, just maybe, we can return to that idea of moving backwards. What would it mean for anxiety to reverse its direction? Because maybe you have been aware in the past of when that anxiety does start, that there can be a certain feeling or a certain sensation, which is the very first pinpoint, the very first instance of how that anxiety begins. And by this I mean, where can you feel and notice, even just in your memory or your conscious awareness, from time to time, of where that anxiety begins? Does it start in your stomach? Is it a feeling that begins in your throat? Is it a sensation that starts in your chest, or a tightness or shallowness of your natural breathing? Because you really can use your powerful observational mind to notice all of these things. And I'd like you to remember that whenever you do, you can also become aware that that anxiety may have a direction. Even your own anxiety may have a flow or a movement through your body. I don't know exactly how this movement will change for you. But I do know that if those sensations begin in your stomach and they move through your chest, through your throat, and then out to your arms and your legs, and even up to your face and your head, that there is a movement there that you really can reverse if you just take this time to imagine it so. So again, I'm asking your unconscious mind to engage in this creative imagination work. And feel now, how would it be to reverse the direction of that anxiety? What if you really could powerfully change and reverse all of those sensations? What if you could change and reverse the flow of that anxiety? How much relief, how much calmness, and how much deep, deep relaxation would you feel? What is it you are left with inside of your body, inside of your stomach, inside of your chest, inside of your throat, and deeply down your arms and your legs, and even your face and your features, and your scalp, and your head, and your neck and your back. What is it you are left with when you reverse and choose to change directions of that old anxiety? Maybe there is something beautiful waiting for you there. Maybe there are new images that may spontaneously come to your mind. Maybe there is a deep sense of relief. And a soothing calmness that fills into you now. Bringing you peace and tranquility as you continue to breathe. Breathing in calmness and breathing out all of the remainders of that anxiety. As each and every breath you take in now fills you with calm energy. And each and every breath releases that anxiety. And there is so much more of this powerful self-control growing within you in each and every moment. As you start to feel yourself drifting further and further away from all of those old worries, all of those old concerns, all of that old negativity. And it's almost as if you are on your very own ship, or sailing vessel, or rowboat, gently moving through the water away from that shore. And the further this boat and this ship glides calmly and easily over these waters, the more you just spontaneously throw out overboard each and every old concern. one of those old worries. You just throw them out over the side, watching them dissolve and melt into the beautiful blue waves lapping against your boat. And you feel such a deeper sense of calmness. As you imagine breathing in this pure, fresh air all the way down deeply into your lungs. As this vessel takes you further and further away from the shores of conscious wakefulness. Deeper and deeper down into your dream world, into your dream state. As now each and every word I am saying to you takes you further and further towards deep sleep. Deep sleep. Relaxation, calmness and tranquility. You are sailing on and on. As the water itself is growing calmer and calmer around you. Each and every muscle and nerve in your physical being is continuing to relax and loosen and just becoming limp and lazy. As you are moving more and more into such a beautiful, calm, and restful sleep. Knowing you are safe and secure. So safe and so secure, as if you are wrapped up in the very clouds in the sky now, as those clouds wrap around you. And your deeper mind is calling you more and more towards your total replenishment. Towards your total sleep. Drifting down, 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 drifting and dreaming. So that each and every night, it just becomes so much easier for you to fall asleep Naturally you sleep, almost as if as soon as your head touches your pillow, you're falling asleep. And each and every day onwards, when you do wake up and arise, you will feel so amazingly refreshed, so much calmer, and have such a greater sense of self-control. You know you are a calm person, a person who feels in control of themselves and their emotions. Calmness as just a part of who you are. You breathe calmly and you react calmly. And all of these suggestions are simply reinforced and expanded upon and assimilated deeper within you each and every time you sleep. So in a moment, my voice will stop talking to you. And as it does, you know that your own deeper mind will continue lulling you into an even deeper sleep. Sleeping soundly and easily. As your dreams bring you calmness and tranquility in all the very best ways for you. So sleep now. Just sleep. As I wish you a good night.